damn, I want a hug from Antonio Banderas. Like, he feels like such a warm presence anytime he's on screen.
Welcome back to No Bad Seats, the Regent Cinemas podcast. I am here with Sam and I am Luke. Same as every
I
week.
am Iron Man.
And I am Iron Man. I am Anthony Bourdain. We watched Tony this week. Now, this is one that I saw the trailer on a couple of months ago, and I was like, oh, I don't even know if we're getting this. And then it sort of just popped onto our list real quickly. But was looking at it and going, oh, it's a decent cast, like Antonio Banderas, Leo Woodall, Dominic Sessa,
I think that's right.
From... who I have seen previously in Now You See Me 3, classic, and
Oscar nominated. Now You See Me 3.
yeah, So hey, on that, Now You See Me 4 is confirmed to be in the works. By the way,
What are they going to call this one?
I don't know. That's it. Yeah.
Now You See Me, Now You Didn't.
That's Now You See Me again. But Tony, so. This is sort of one that that sort of came around quick. I didn't really even know who Anthony Bourdain was. Like, I knew the name. Didn't really know who or what he was. I was like, yeah.
I remember seeing a lot of him early 2000s, I think, which is when he had his show. I can't remember what it's called now. But traveled around the world, going to different restaurants, trying different foods.
Yeah.
Just like living that sort of travel lifestyle. I remember it because I would always be like on Foxtel, like flicking through the channels, and would always go past
waiting for The Simpsons.
It would be like, well, no, it would always be on like Lifestyle Channel or something. And every now and then there'd be something great on Lifestyle, and I'd be like, oh, Anthony Bourdain's still on. I'm like, oh. And like as a kid, you're like, I want to listen to some guy talk about his life experiences, traveling the world and stuff.
Yeah.
As an adult, you're like, I get where he was going with this.
Yeah. So, so obviously this film came up. We got a biopic about Anthony Bourdain. And I did tell my parents about this one, and they were like, oh, wow, that's really interesting. Like, they were obviously interested in it. It sounds like that's sort of the market, but ironically, I feel like the film plays to a younger audience.
Yeah, it's really like a snapshot of a moment in his life, I guess, that sort of then spurs on to what he became.
Yeah.
I was expecting this to be a bit more of a biopic that encapsulates everything.
Yeah.
It's not that,
No.
which I think is great, because like, how do you put 60 years of someone's life into 2 hours versus one summer into 2 hours?
And they did that well. And obviously this summer is about how he went from Anthony Bourdain, the writer, and what he really wanted to do, to where he discovered his passion for being a chef and cooking and all of these sorts of things. So I like that they sort of were just like, that was the thing that they captured. It's like, we just want to see where the change was from I used to be a writer to that was my
where this person was made, really, like where they sort of became who they were.
Yeah, and I'd love to look further into it and how, Antonio Banderas' character, played into that. And obviously you see a photo of the three of them at the end, which is the same as the poster. So the poster is that photo, but it's just done obviously with the three. But how that sort of played into it would be really interesting interesting to see. All in all, I mean, the thing that I found with this one was that it still felt really youthful, and like that's the whole thing. He's fresh out of high school. He's
definitely.
In college.
Summer break.
He's got a summer break, and he's got to go and find out what he's doing. Now he figured he was getting a writing scholarship, falls through, ends up chasing a girl to Cape Cod, where he stumbles on. He gets into a fight at a bar and ends up asleep on Antonio Banderas' hammock, and then getting a job in the restaurant so that he can.
Well, not even a job. He's working for free just to sleep on the hammock.
I'm allowed to sleep on the hammock as long as.
Yeah, but I mean, I really enjoyed it. I love the fact that, like, I don't know what it is about these like chef style movies. I love them. Like the movie Chef itself with Jon Favreau, loved. Is it Burn with Bradley Cooper?
Don't know that one.
I can't remember if it's called Burn or not. It's really good as well. It's got Bradley Cooper, Sienna Miller. Awesome film as well. This, great. I don't know what it is about that.
And then, of course, obviously, we've spoken about the bear and how that sort of... Now, let's speak, because there is a character in this who... Matty Matheson, like, it's like they've gone, we want him, and then they couldn't get him, so they got another guy in and just said,
similar.
Like, make him up to look exactly like Matty Matheson.
Act like Fack off the
Act
Bear.
like Fack from The Bear and see what happens. And, like, I was, like, even questioning whether it was him, and it wasn't, but then going, there's no way that they didn't look at this and go, we need a Fack. Like...
It's he very much feels like that character, maybe not quite as like caricature-ish like as Fack is, but there's so many things where I was like, they've definitely taken some inspirations from that. But he was great still. Like the guy, I think his name was like Stavros or something like that. Was great. Every time he like had a scene, I was like, I love this guy because he's just like screaming profanities at someone.
He was funny. He was really quite a funny character. I think the big thing that stood out to me is like the whole thing is set at Cape Cod. It's on this beach. It's this small little cottage on the beach, and then the restaurants right by the ocean as well. And you sort of see all of that. And I really liked the setting of it. It was set in 1975, but it just felt very, very like pulled back, very summer vibe. Which
very
I
relaxed,
thought
they
captured that really well.
Yeah, I also love the fact that like when we start to see the kitchen at first, it's very grimy and messy in a sense of a kitchen, which they all are. But like it's almost a bit dirty and a bit like
it's chaotic
grungy and chaotic and that. And then like later on in the film, there's all of a sudden you're like, oh, hold on. There's some like color in here. And all of a sudden there's tomatoes and basil and everything around and you're like, oh, okay. Like we get like, it's almost, there's life breathed into it, which I think was just like a great use of the production design and everything. Sort of, over the film, you sort of see it
transform,
like flourish and come to life a bit, which was really cool.
The other thing that I really thought in terms of that sort of stuff is how they made a bunch of these like little moments that show where his passion for it would have come from. It's like these things that are happening, like the fishing expedition, that is just sort of like, oh wow, this is wild and all over the place. But there are these little sparks of joy that you sort of see throughout.
And I think that is like exactly what Anthony Bourdain was. Like I know in seeing clips and stuff of him, he just seemed to have this sort of like passion for life and new experiences. And that was, I think, part of his travel shows, that he was traveling around just trying random street food and how did you guys get this? Where did you catch the fish for this? Blah, blah, blah. So those type of things were always like, you can see where it's coming from. This like story. Yeah.
Little gap in there. I feel like something went on. Anyway, I just thought that this film was the one thing that I said to you. It was the music in this film made it like it toned it down for me a little bit. I was a little, I don't want to say disappointed because I wasn't disappointed. I actually really, really enjoyed this film, but there were moments that I just felt like the music, which I normally am really like on board with for a lot of these films, but A24 did this thing where they had this like sad piano music sort of playing throughout a lot of the film, and all the vibe I was getting was like this really over the top art housey sort of thing where it's just like a lingering shot of footsteps in the sand while the sad music plays, and I'm like, you may as well make it black and white at this point. Like, it wasn't like there was a lot of that, but it was like I really noticed it in those moments where things slowed down and it was all that was going on, to a point where I was just like a little eye rolly. But it's not like that was a huge portion of the film. It was just those moments when it happened. I was like, oh, okay. Alternatively, though, or on the other side of things, there were so many like wild moments, so many high energy moments, montagey sort of moments that move things through quickly. And this film isn't a long film; it's like 97 minutes. So when you've got those snappy moments, you're just like, oh, this whole it's flying.
Yeah.
How did you find the pacing and things of it?
Pretty good. I would have almost guessed it was a little longer, just not because it's like
A lot happened.
Yeah, I think that's it. There's a lot that happens. It doesn't feel long or anything. It doesn't feel drawn out. Like you're sort of moving through it at a reasonable pace. But I just would have thought it was a touch longer just because of a lot happens.
Yeah.
I think one of my issues with it, I don't love Dominic Sessa's acting. Yeah.
Really?
For most of it, I think he did a great job. It's the like broody little look he does that he stands there with his like...
Oh, he looks creepy.
His little hair like this, and he's just like all like mopey looking the whole time. And I was just like, okay, I get it. Like the first couple of times, like, yeah, whatever. But then I don't know, by the end of it, I was just like, oh, we're doing this look again. Like,
See, I actually liked...
it gave me the vibe you get from Zendaya.
Yeah,
where
just
she's
like
just
that
like mopey looking at the
same
screen.
mopey
I'm
looking.
like,
Yep, fair enough.
okay.
All right.
I wanted him to get more into the like the other side of things.
Yeah.
Of,
But did you find him though, like he was doing that, but then there was a lot of these like more passionate moments throughout.
But most of the other parts of the film, I loved him as the role. I think he played that well in that sort of like, a narcissist. He is a narcissist. The quote at the start of the film from Anthony Bourdain is like, "Yeah, I was
a young narcissist who needed to have my ass kicked," something like that.
Yeah. And literally, like I'm watching the film, like this guy needs his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Like, so like he plays the part well. I just like that look in particular
Was
like
bugging you.
is so many times through the movie, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
get it.
Fair enough. Leo Woodall. Now, sadly, neither of us have watched Tuna yet, and we will get to it, I'm sure. But he was a unit in this film. He was massive.
Yeah.
His character was not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
He was sort of like the hurricane through the whole thing. Like when Tony comes into this kitchen,
Yeah.
this guy's the shucker, and I'm thinking, oh, he's like the sort of somewhat stable one who's going to take him under his wing, and he did. But
It was like a chaotic wing.
yeah, it was like, let's drag him down further, yeah. And sort of got him caught up in a bunch of other stuff and all of those sorts of things. So that was interesting to me. It wasn't what I was expecting. Even the way his character's story played out the whole way through the film
Yeah.
wasn't exactly what I was expecting. But yeah, I thought he was great, honestly.
Antonio Banderas, always great.
Always great.
I have loved him in recent years more. Like I remember being a child and loving Antonio Banderas.
Spy Kids,
Mask of Zorro. Mask of Zorro was like peak when I was a child.
Yes.
Like I loved it. So always a welcome addition to any cast.
Yep.
But in his like older age, I just look at him and I'm like, damn, I want a hug from Antonio Banderas. Like, he feels like such a warm presence anytime he's on screen. And like, just the way he comes at characters, just love it.
Yeah.
And in this, he plays that kind of fatherish role, I guess, I mean, in a way.
You would like, I think you said something about this, like this is the most wild Mr. Miyagi thing ever. And he's got like that Mr. Miyagi sort of, I'm going to be the mentor and teach you how it's
chaos.
But it is.
Every morning is met with a bucket of water on your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know.
But yeah, no, he was great. And the way that all came together, I think one of the highlights for me was when he had the Swedish whiskey or the Swedish alcohol. And he was like, you'll get used to it, right? And he goes, nah. And then throws it back and he's just like, woo!
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that was quite a good moment from him. But
yeah.
All in all, Tony is one of these films. I definitely recommend people come see it. It's particularly, this is one that I'm finding really hard to like define who the audience is because I feel like you could watch this as someone like me and enjoy the film who knows nothing about Anthony Bourdain.
Definitely.
Like you just know the name and that's it. Yeah. But I feel like there would be
I feel like the bigger audience that's more likely to turn up is going to be those people
The
that
younger
would
audience.
have watched.
It's like
No, the older audience, I think.
Yeah, right.
That would have watched Anthony
Well,
Bourdain's
and that's the thing. I think the people who are likely to turn up to this film are people who know who Anthony Bourdain is. I think the people who will appreciate this film are potentially a younger crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And they won't necessarily know who he is, but I think that there's value in looking at that and going, oh, wow, this is a really cool story, and then maybe getting an understanding of who he is from that. Because, I think that it was really interesting the way that it all came together. But, rating. Have you got a...
I'm thinking somewhere around the 4, maybe 3.5, 4, somewhere around there.
Pretty much where I'm sitting with it. I quite enjoyed this film.
Yeah.
I would watch it again, and I thought the whole cast was really solid.
Everyone did a great job.
Now, Amelia Jones, we were speaking about, and I said, what have we seen her in?
Yes, Running Man was the one.
Running Man. She was, and I feel like I did the same thing when we watched Running Man. I was like, I know you for some reason.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And it wasn't.
I can't think of what else I know her from, but I don't know if she has done
that
a lot
was it.
so
Yeah,
far.
I don't think a lot. Although as I said, she was in Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. She was English Girl.
Yep.
So in 2011. So that's probably where I know her from.
Yeah, of course.
Haven't seen it since 2011. But
isn't she only wasn't she born in 2002? So she was 9 years old.
Not English woman. She played English girl. So, but she was good. I quite
great.
liked her in the film. So, all in all, Tony is a winner for me. And I would definitely recommend coming to see it.
Okay.
All right. That's it for us. Tune in on Monday for the news and what's gone on this week. And other than that, we will see. I mean, here's a big one this weekend. Harry Potter marathons.
Ooh.
Harry Potter marathons are running this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We have 1 to 4 from midday on Saturday and 5 to 8 from midday on Sunday. So big days, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well.
There you go. Until next time, remember when you come to the movies, there are no bad seats.